My skin is burning and crusting and highly uncomfortable. And not surprising, it's day 28 and the last of my Efudix topical chemotherapy treatment. Hooray! The 4 weeks of application has definitely ended in a high irritation, high redness, and high discomfort. And the only way now is forward and through towards new healthy skin and peace of mind around the removal of sun damage and worse on my face. Join me as I chat about this stage of the treatment and a funny and unexpected solution for public appearances. I'm the Forest Fairy. Welcome to my corner of the woods where I'm rebuilding, revamping, redesigning a magical life and hopefully inspire you to gather your own fairy dust. Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fabulous week. The last day of my topical chemotherapy treatment to rid my face and chest of sun damage and precancerous lesions has finally arrived. And not a moment too soon, as the discomfort and my irritation have reached new heights. This week the pace really picked up, and the areas that literally began burning up slightly was under my eyes, on the side of my nose, the top of my lip and my chin. My top lip and chin became tight and then crusty, which made smiling and laughing quite painful. Some spots have become peeling, I don't know if you can see it, and I think I'll be shedding some skin like a snake over the next few weeks or so. The one mistake I made this week, and which I'm correcting now, is that I didn't keep my skin moisturized enough and let it become too dry, which can apparently delay healing. I applied the treatment at night and a bland cream in the mornings and sometimes at midday, but it wasn't enough. It's important to keep the skin moist and soft with a bland moisturizer such as Vaseline, Aquaphor, or plain CeraVe or Eucerin to reduce comfort and lower infection risk. I now have a constantly shining face to prevent drying out and encourage healthy healing. Another point that I also want to mention is that you shouldn't pick or peel your skin. You have to keep your hands away from your face. Pulling off the crusting and flaking skin before it's ready can cause bleeding, infection, and even scarring. So the way to help is by keeping the skin and thus the flaky bits soft with a bland moisturizer and leaving them to fall off naturally. Gentle washing with lukewarm water can also loosen peeling skin, but don't scrub. Dermatologists should suggest using saline soaks or compressors on large crusts to ease removal in a controlled, non-irritating way. More and more people I've spoken to in my community have done the Efudix treatment, and the one thing that was apparent is that no one's journey is the same. Some people start with heightened reactions early in their second week already, while others like myself were slow starters and only really began with strong reactions in their third week. Some people had reactions all over their face, while others only had some concentrated spots. Some people's crusted and oozed, while others just peeled off gently. And this part I have yet to experience. Some people's faces returned to normal after a month, while in others the new skin were bright pink blotches for several months. We shall see how long I take to heal totally. But the most uplifting and actually funny thing that happened this week was the solution to going out in public. I was testing various head drapings to cover up the majority of my face when I had an aha moment. I remembered that somewhere in a drawer was a pouch with my lovely soft silk COVID masks. Hallelujah! I had been very reluctant to throw them out. Who knows if another epidemic isn't around the corner? And now I'm pleased that I didn't. They fit perfectly over the worst of my face, and it's way more acceptable to have people stare and wonder if I have the flu than have them recoil thinking I have some dangerous fungus eating up my face. Together with a hat, the mask is also the perfect protection against the sun, especially when I'm driving. And so there you have it. My Efudix treatment is done, and all that is left is the healing process. Of course, I'll continue to be very careful of the sun and continue to use all the necessary sun precautions. I will not, however, be in an acceptable state for the dinner that I mentioned last week, nor for the flower festival that has started. But COVID mask in hand, over mouth, will have to suffice, as I don't intend to let this keep me from any more friends and fun. If you're new here and missed the beginning of this health reset, join the chat where I explain why I took such a drastic step. I'll link the conversation somewhere here and below. And as always, wishing you a week filled with mindful amounts of sun and, of course, sprinklings of fairy dust. Until next time, goodbye